আমরা যাচ্ছি শ্যাননডোয়া রিভার স্টেট পার্ক।
What if I told you there's a place just an hour and a half from Washington, D.C., where you can kayak a river, hike mountain ridges, spot wild turkeys at sunrise, and stand on land that has been walked by humans for over 11,000 years? No passport required, no long flight, just a drive through the Virginia countryside, and suddenly, you're there. Welcome to Shenandoah River State Park. And trust me, by the end of this video, you're going to want to pack a bag. I'm going to take you through the full story, the ancient history of this land, the wild facts most people don't know, and everything you need to plan your visit. Let's get into it.
এই ওভারলুক থেকে এখন আমরা যাব ক্যাম্পিং গ্রাউন্ড, এবং এখানে একটু ড্রাইভ করে আপনাদের দেখাবো এই শ্যাননডোয়া রিভার স্টেট পার্কটা কেমন।
Shenandoah River State Park sits right on the South Fork of the Shenandoah River, covering more than 1,600 acres along 5.2 miles of shoreline. It's located in Bentonville, Virginia, a small town in Warren County, and it's sandwiched between two stunning mountain views. To the west, you're looking at Massanutten Mountain, and to the east, Shenandoah National Park. That's not a backdrop, that's basically two of Virginia's most iconic natural landmarks, framing the park on both sides like a painting. The park's full name is Raymond R. Andy Guest Jr., Shenandoah River State Park, named after a Virginia congressman and outdoorsman who championed conservation in this region. Most people just call it Shenandoah River State Park, or Andy Guest State Park. It opened in June 1999 and has since become one of the most popular destination parks in Northern Virginia. The Shenandoah Valley didn't just witness the Civil War, in many ways, it shaped it. The Shenandoah Valley was known as the granary of the Confederacy. It supplied wheat, corn, meat, and draft animals to the Confederate war effort throughout the war. The Confederacy used the river itself to transport goods, food, and weapons to soldiers across the valley, and as a natural barrier for protection. General Stonewall Jackson became legendary, largely because of what he did right here in this valley. In spring 1862, Jackson's 17,000 men marched 646 miles in 48 days and successfully engaged three Union armies totaling 52,000 men, preventing them from reinforcing the attack on Richmond. He used the terrain, the river, the mountains, Massanutten Mountain, like chess pieces. Winchester, Virginia, at the northern end of the valley, reportedly changed hands more than 70 times during the war, 70 times, the same town. And then Union General Sheridan came through in 1864 with what locals called the Burning, a systematic destruction of crops, barns, and mills to starve out the Confederacy. The valley that had fed a nation went up in smoke. But the land recovered, and eventually it became what you see today. By the time the 20th century rolled around, this land had gone from Native American homeland to colonial farmland to Civil War battlefield to private property. It took conservation-minded lawmakers and advocates to finally protect it. The park is named after Raymond R. Andy Guest Jr., a Virginia congressman who represented this district and was a strong advocate for preserving Virginia's natural spaces. The park officially opened in 1999 in Bentonville, Virginia. In 2024, the park celebrated 25 years of conservation and recreation, and it's only grown in popularity since. Today it's managed by Virginia's Department of Conservation and Recreation. and rangers are on duty 365 days a year.
সেই ওভারলুকটা যেখানে আমরা গিয়েছিলাম পোলার ওভারলুক
All right, let's talk fun facts. Here are some things that surprised me when I was researching this park. Fact 1. The address is poetry. The park's mailing address is 350 Daughter of Stars Drive, a direct nod to the Native American meaning of the word Shenandoah. Fact 2. The Bluebell Festival is a real thing. The park is well known for its Virginia bluebells, a native wildflower that blooms brilliantly blue in early spring, and it hosts an annual Bluebell Festival to celebrate them. It draws massive crowds every April. Fact 3. There's a live fish aquarium inside the visitor center. The visitor center features an aquarium with actual fish from the Shenandoah River, along with touchscreens about the region's history and local bird species. It's surprisingly impressive for a state park. Fact 4. The Pumpkin Flood of 1753. One of the earliest recorded floods of the Shenandoah happened in fall 1753. The swollen river swept up pumpkins from Native American gardens and sent them floating downstream. Locals called it the Pumpkin Flood. Fact 5. It's home to the Shenandoah salamander. The Shenandoah region is the only known location of the Shenandoah salamander, a species found nowhere else on Earth. Fact 6. The rocks are ancient. Some of the rocks in the Blue Ridge Mountains visible from the park date back over 1 billion years. Among the oldest in Virginia, you're looking at geology that predates almost all life on land.
এখন আমরা যাব ক্যাম্পিং গ্রাউন্ডে। এইদিকে সম্ভবত ক্যাম্পিং গ্রাউন্ডটা। ওখানে তো ক্যাম্পিং করে। ক্যাম্পার্সরা এসে এখানে তাদের জিনিসপত্র রেখে ক্যারি করার জন্য পারফেক্ট। এখানেও একটা আছে না? ওইখানে কিছু ক্যাম্পিং দেখা যাচ্ছে, এগুলো সব স্পট নাম্বার 5। ক্যাম্পিং গ্রাউন্ডের একটা এই জায়গাটা এত সুন্দর, ঠিক লেকের পাড়ে, এবং সব ক্যাম্পিংয়ের সাথে একটা বারবারকিউ করার জায়গা আছে। চারকোল দিয়ে এখানে সহজেই বারবিকিউ করা যাবে।
Now, the part you've been waiting for, what can you actually do here? Hiking and biking. The park has over 25 miles of trails with options for hiking, mountain biking, and horseback riding. You can go for a short riverside walk or a full ridge hike with sweeping views. The iconic Overlook Trail gives you a view of the river bending through the valley with mountains on both sides. It's genuinely one of the most beautiful views in Northern Virginia. Horseback riding. 7 of the park's trails are equestrian-friendly, and the parking lot even has space for horse trailers. Colors Trail is a popular equestrian route that takes you through forest, open fields, and along the river. Water activities. While there are no designated swimming areas, the park is well known for floating and wading in the river. Fishing is permitted with a freshwater license, and there are car-top boat launch areas for canoes and kayaks. Several outfitters nearby rent canoes if you don't have your own. Camping. The park offers primitive riverfront tent campsites, full electric and water sites, yurts, cabins, and a group campground. Waking up 30 feet from the Shenandoah River and making coffee as the mist rises off the water, that's hard to beat. Wildlife watching. Deer and wild turkeys are common early in the morning along the trails. The park is also excellent for bird watching, and the visitor center can help you identify what's in season.
স্পট নাম্বার 5 দেখি আর একটা স্পট কেমন। আমাদের এখানে ফল শুরু হয়ে গেছে। এটা সেপ্টেম্বর মাস, এন্ড অফ দ্য সেপ্টেম্বর। দ্যাটস মিন আর হয়তো 1-2 মাসের ভিতর ঠান্ডা পড়ে যাবে। সব পাতা ঝরে গেছে। এটা হচ্ছে 6 নম্বর, নেক্সট একটা 7 নম্বর। সুন্দর কংক্রিট পাথর দেওয়া, তো বৃষ্টি হলে কোনো সমস্যা নেই। বারবেকিউ টেবল, সেম লেআউট, বারবেকিউ স্পট 2 নম্বর। আর এখানে ফুড স্টোরেজ, যেন কোনো অ্যানিম্যাল এসে ডিস্ট্রয় করতে না পারে, সেই জন্য এখানে সুন্দর একটা ফুড স্টোরেজ আছে। স্টোরেজটা সুন্দর লক করে রাখা যায়। 7 নাম্বার স্পট, লুকস লাইক এখানে অলরেডি কেউ একজন আছে। টেম্পারেচারটা এত সুন্দর, অ্যারাউন্ড 75।
Every season has something going for it here. Spring is arguably the best time. The bluebells bloom in April, the weather is mild, and the river is full from winter rain. The Bluebell Festival in early April gets very busy, so if you're going that weekend, get there early. Summer is peak season for river activities. Kayaking, wading, fishing. It can get crowded on weekends. Fall is stunning. The foliage along the river and the mountain ridges turns brilliant red and orange, and the crowds thin out after Labor Day. Winter is quiet, peaceful, and underrated. The trails are still open, the views through the bare trees are actually clearer, and you'll pretty much have the place to yourself.